Residents here, you've been dealing with damaging wind, lots of lightning, lots of rain, and maybe even a couple of twisters. We'll have a closer look at some of these reports as we go into the overnight hours to see if we can see some confirmation of a tornado actually touching ground. You're not alone. We've also been looking at Price County. In Price County, here comes that next thunderstorm cell right overhead now across the extreme western parts. Get ready for it. This may be a tornadic thunderstorm. We may be looking at a tornado on the ground as we speak. We hope that everyone will continue to be in that safe part of your house. Let's go back to the bigger picture. We take a look at what's causing all the disruption to our evening here. This is an area of low pressure anchored right around the arrowhead of Minnesota. The frontal boundary, very active here tonight. It extends across much of Iowa and back towards the extreme western areas of Kansas. And all along this frontal boundary, the cold front, we've had some strong to severe thunderstorms. But most of the heavy rain and the severe thunderstorms that may be tornadic have been closer to this area of low pressure. That's giving us the additional lift here. And we are still looking at tornado watches in effect for much of Wisconsin and the extreme western parts of Marquette. Again, we do have Holton Lake now under a tornado warning, and you are in the watch area. Now, we have a new watch that was just posted about 15 minutes ago. It does not include Cook County. It's getting closer, though. Notice that it's including the extreme northwestern area of Illinois and much of southern Wisconsin. And we're beginning to see some of these thunderstorms push into northern Illinois, strong to severe. Waterloo all the way down to Des Moines, we're looking at a scattering line of thunderstorms. A few of these thunderstorms in the last hour have been severe, but most of them are beginning to lose their intensity. The same also for the Omaha, Nebraska area. A few of these thunderstorm cells continue to hold on to their strength, but again, here too, most of these thunderstorms are losing their intensity at this late hour. We've also been watching some of the activity along the frontal boundary extend back towards the extreme western areas of Kansas. And here too, just looking at some rain showers right now. Looking at the bigger picture, we hope that over the course of the next hour or two, we will have more good news to pass on and fewer of these severe thunderstorm warnings or tornado warnings to tell you about. In the meantime, look for maybe an inch or two to add up with these thunderstorms as far as the rain totals go. Also a breezy night. We've been looking at some of the winds gust across Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, Nebraska up to 35, 40 miles per hour. At this hour, it looks like the highest wind gust was around 36 miles per hour. It's warm in this warm sector. How warm? We've only gone down 1 degree in the last 3 hours. In Chicago, it's 83 degrees, 74 in Lincoln, Nebraska. Temperatures are a little cooler this hour behind the system. We're looking at lots of 50s across the Dakotas. Let's go south now. Bill Childs? Bob, I mean.
That's all right. My dad and brother would appreciate that. 83 degrees in Chicago. Just remember that as we get to the temperature maps here in the southeast. Quiet, 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 hot, steamy. Clouds left over, some rains in Florida. You needed the rainfall. You've been needing it. You got some pretty good rains today. The old front that pushed through is now stalled and troughed out. Still seeing some leftover showers and rains moving north of Orlando very slowly and around the whole Tampa, St. Pete Bay area. Still some light rain falling. A lot of locations reporting 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. Lake County, Florida picking up 3 to 4 inches in the northern half of the county. So that's just wonderful, wonderful news. The rains earlier around the whole Tallahassee region now have been gone for quite some time, but for tomorrow still could see those rains fire up in pretty much the same area. Otherwise, precipitation free throughout the south. I said remember the 83 in Chicago, 75 in Atlanta, 78 Little Rock, 81 in Miami. That's the warmest one I can pull out. So Chicago is 2 degrees warmer than any of the metropolitan areas that we're looking at throughout the southeast. Our dew points are high, as they are up toward Chicago, but they've got those winds really screaming in. That also helps the wind keep the temperatures up. So the dew points are high, the air feels sticky, and even though there's not little hash marks in here, trust me, there's still a chance for even isolated thunderstorms throughout the south, especially along that frontal boundary where some of the storms could be severe, touching into portions of Oklahoma. Dallas hot at 92, Atlanta 89 degrees. You're under smog alert for your day. You see a slight chance of a storm. The big stories of heat indexes running 100 to 105 degrees for virtually all locations except southern Texas and extreme southern Florida. So use caution accordingly. The northeast, high and dry, literally. Maybe some light showers will sneak over the St. Lawrence Seaway and St. Johns River Valley. as this warm front pushes up to the north. That's going to be about it. It's going to be dry and warm for Boston, New York City, Pittsburgh, Washington, D.C. Detroit, later on, will be getting into the chance for storms and severe storms. More on that in a moment. Let's look at temperatures in the northeast from 74 in Boston, New York City, Washington, D.C., 74 in Detroit. Seems to be a good pick number. A little cooler in Maine, and that won't last too long. The heat will be pushing all the way up even to down east Maine later on. The dew point's starting to pick back up now in the 60s and 50s, all in advance of that frontal boundary coming in, focusing not only showers along it, but a chance for even severe weather toward Detroit, high of 87. But from Washington, D.C., heading through Philadelphia, New York City, Boston, hot, warm temperatures in the low 90s to upper 80s. Heat indices running 95 to 100 degrees, so albeit a hot and sunny dry day, it is going to be a warm and sticky day. And I'll tell you what, the west also has, not necessarily the sticky part, but it's got the warm part in the west, doesn't it, Lisa?
You said it. Let's take a look at some of that video where we've been dealing with low humidity, warm temperatures, and brush fires. These fires are causing so many problems for the firefighters, and the bad news is that the forecast is not calling for any relief, temperature-wise, rain-wise, even wind-wise. So we've got some problems cut out for us. This is the Palm Springs, California vicinity where brush fires are still running out of control. A very dangerous situation to be in. This is the high forecast map for today, looking at a high of Las Vegas, 105. 108 was the high today in Phoenix. 67 was the high in Seattle. Our ridge that was anchored so nice and neatly across the Pacific has broke down quite a bit. We may see a system come over that ridge up around the British Columbia area, so in a few days we may be looking at some rain for you in and around the Seattle, maybe as far south as Portland, Oregon. But in the meantime, nada on the forecast. A quick check on the temperatures, Bob, and I turn it over to you for the forecast. It's 63 in the Bay Area for San Francisco, and in Los Angeles it's currently 67 under clear skies.
Well, let's take a look at that forecast. The frontal boundary, the focused along it, chance for severe weather tomorrow. Overnight tonight, Chicago, maybe by early morning hours, you may see about a 30% chance of the showers, but they will be firing up later today along this frontal boundary, and that's going to be the best chance. It's going to be warm, dry in the northeast, warm and dry to the west, and warm and not so dry to the southeast. I say that because the air is going to be so full of humidity. And locally, once again, some heavy rainfall under the storms in the Midwest.
Travel-wise is next.
A little rough. You know where to go. Come on, George. Get to Meineke, buy one shotgun strut, and get a big 50% off the second one.
At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
Visit Meineke for all your exhaust, brake, and now maintenance service needs. When a weather disaster strikes, someone is always there to help. Project SafeSide urges you to help families in need of disaster relief. Lowe's is a proud sponsor of Project SafeSide, a national severe weather program.
May I help you, sir?
Yeah. I've been waiting for an answer on my home loan application for over 3 weeks.
It's still in loan committee, sir.
Need a quick answer on a new home loan?
Oh, yeah.
Just log on to ditech.com or call 1-800-71-FIXED. Today's low fixed rate is only 6.990%. It's smart money from ditech.com. Apply online or call us at 1-800-71-FIXED right now.
If your ride is getting a little rough, you know where to go. Come on, George. Get to Meineke, buy one shotgun strut, and get a big 50% off the second one.
At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
Visit Meineke for all your exhaust, brake, and now maintenance service needs.
Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
Thank you for tuning in and staying with us here at the Weather Channel. We're going to take a look at travel-wise conditions. No doubt, there is the one focus of the severe weather, travel problems galore. UP of Michigan out through Wisconsin, Iowa, and just any number of severe thunderstorm warnings coming off the wires just before this segment began now for southeastern Nebraska, all along this frontal boundary. I can't even begin to tell you just tens upon tens of severe thunderstorm warnings. Had a tornado warning in Houghton County and UP of Michigan. That has expired. That storm moving laterally, 60 miles an hour across the ground. Looked tornadic, may have spun something down, but the storm already has dissipated below the levels. But they're very rapid to fire and severe concerns from, again, UP of Michigan, Wisconsin, all the way down that frontal boundary. And also some fog to complicate matters up in that region as well. Hopefully, obviously this time of day, there should be very little travel going on. And it's very windy. In advance of this front have been very windy conditions. Now these winds switching out of the northwest, still blowing 30, 40 miles an hour. This is the heart of the concern. This is where we still have tornado watch box, a newly issued severe thunderstorm watch box. Let me case in point, I will call for the close-in radar out of near the Marquette area and showing you the line. Sawyer and Price County have been watching these storms, and I'll tell you the only thing that concerns me a little bit is these separate cells starting to get together, and there's always that concern if this is going to turn into sort of a bowline echo right here. If this were to get into a line, this thing's moving at 50 miles an hour, pushing 60-mile-an-hour winds out of some type of bowline like that. Additive properties of wind. This would be very, very damaging as it crosses the border. So that's something we'll be watching out tonight and take a look at in Storm Watch in just a few minutes.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Did you know the air in your home can be up to 5 times more polluted than air outside? That indoor pollutants like dander can aggravate allergies and trigger asthma? What can you do? Get the Filtrete Ultra Allergen Reduction Filter. It's up to 30 times better than all other 1-inch filters at capturing airborne dust, bacteria, and pollen. And it meets Health House guidelines. If you don't take care of the air in your home, who will? Filtrete filters from 3M.
Filtrete filters by 3M, available at the Home Depot near you.
Time now for a look at the weekend outlook. It's going to look brighter than it does right now, so we'll move ahead and check on the forecast highs. We'll look at the heat, 80s and pushing all the way over the Canadian border, even 70s through New England. For once, not looking at those 40s or 50s for the highs with that unseasonably cool air. In fact, heat will be pervasive throughout the country. When you have heat like that, you also get that chance, certainly through the southern states, of seeing scattered thunderstorm shower activity. An old frontal boundary here may see some re-energizing of showers through the southeast, and then wraparound flow around some storms through West Texas and New Mexico, and then some scattered showers through the northern tier as the jet stream pretty much is flowing west to east. It looks by Sunday we may be trying to develop something along the coast, Interstate 95, that would bring showery conditions through coastal Carolinas and Florida and start taking some showers on up to the northeast. But we still are looking at a hot weekend.
Rediscover the spark that brought you together. Go RVing. Life's a trip. Visit an RV dealer or call for a free video.
Are you near a phone? Can you take down a number? Then call to find out about term life insurance at competitive rates from a respected insurer, Protective Life Insurance Company. A 35-year-old could get a $200,000 policy for less than $14 a month. A 40-year-old could get a $250,000 policy for less than $18 a month. For your free quote, call now. Matrix Direct, 1-800-728-3096.
This week on Atmospheres, why some scientists say global warming may threaten an entire country's existence. And our own meteorologist Jim Cantori goes kiteboarding in Maui. Don't miss Atmospheres, Wednesday nights at 8 on the Weather Channel. Real people, real weather.
Only Hoover Toyota will sell new Toyotas for just $91 over factory invoice. 300 new Toyotas to choose from, and they're all just $91 over invoice. Camrys, Corollas, Siennas, also Avalons, Tacoma, and Tundra trucks. Even 4Runners are just $91 over invoice. Buy new Toyotas at just $91 over the actual factory invoice, and you take home the rebate. Who has Alabama's lowest Toyota prices? Hoover Toyota.
There's too much life to be lived to let a problem with incontinence keep you from enjoying it. Direct Medical can deliver what you need to your home, saving you time, money, and ensuring the privacy you desire. Direct Medical offers briefs in a variety of styles and sizes to give you the comfort and security you want delivered right to your door. Direct Medical, you're just a phone call away from living life again.
Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.